afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting and other wondrous Propagandacast. From here, host Imperial Dane here. We're off to a 1 vs 1 on La Glaze Breakout. We shall be watching a FestiveLongjojns here, fighting for Germany for the Oberkommando West. Rolling out here for the 272nd Volksgrenadier Division, holding Sicilian villages as the Americans push forwards under Basilone Reborn.
Rifle squad ready for action.
And the 9th Infantry Division, no unique commanders there. Professor Longjojns, we do find the Fortifications doctrine available there. So that could be interesting. Folks going to start out here for Longjojns. Pushing towards the right hand side, then there's a surprises both players basically going for the closest viewpoint available, which tends to be pretty much standard behavior in most matches, so no surprises there. Riflemen trekking through the snow. Truck slowly moving up there. Volksgrenadiers moving forward as well, likely to move and then support the Sturmpioniere. Moving forwards. Second rifle squad up there. Well, here actually. Slightly double clicked on the wrong unit. But beyond that, nothing too surprising at the moment. Widespread there, the 272nd Volksgrenadier formed from the 202nd Infantry Division. Volksgrenadier divisions were usually, in most cases, formed from the shattered remains of infantry division, either from the western or eastern front. The veterans then serving as the core, while then replacement infantry from either regular replacement units or the Luftwaffe or the Kriegsmarine, and then add to sort of fully flesh it out. They were generally sort of designed as more modern infantry divisions with a larger quantity of automatics like assault rifles and light machine guns, a bit more artillery as well, but overall lower manpower as well. So generally, Mali, for example, might have had less infantry than say a regular infantry division. In terms of firepower, though, it probably would have been about equal actually. So there's a sort of few fun things to keep in mind. Third rifle squad here for Basilone. Charming gentleman there. Out of the way. Two rifle squads there getting ready to push up the centre. Volksgrenadiers moving up as well. Sturmpioniere, and it looks like a second unit called in from the Volkspionier Abteilung. Of course, pioneers were in essence, well, most regular pioneers, Sturmpioneers, that they were assault troops besides pioneer troops. But opening up there on the rifleman, catching the hair, quickly forcing that out of the market square back into the cafe. Rifleman holding up here. Sturmpioneers are coming under fire from several positions here. Basilone targeting down, good job there. Rick, Escalation troops moving up, the more riflemen moving in to enforce the situation here. Looks like one Sturmpioneer down, we're seeing another Sturmpioneer squad moving in, might hook around while the other one pulls away to do the job then. Nice flanking about here with his assault rifles. Volksgrenadiers continue to hold up here in the remains of the house. On the corner. No further units there arriving. The Sturmpioneers, of course, being a bit more expensive than Volksgrenadier, but there we go. Flanking around, catches the rifle from behind the building, that is, anyways. Although we do see that Basilone quickly shifts attention towards them, and they do end up taking a lot of damage as they are rather low on men, and thus can also be easily focused down by the riflemen. There you go, down to one man already, and not looking good here. FestiveLongjojns' initial attempt here. That could have been executed a bit better, though he did actually manage to sort of weave up in a bit of a nice situation, forcing Basilone to pull back one squad there. Right, oh, he made a mistake. He actually moved out into the open, and the Volksgrenadiers quickly actually putting them to task, cutting down several of them here, since they were actually a bit poorly positioned, thus leaving them out of cover completely. Another Sturmpioneer unit, he needs to retreat here. Echelon troops going around harassing. He's not securing, by the way, he's just cutting off there, trying to cut off the fuel. Also noting a forwards battle group headquarters. Rifleman squad that went down. Basilone was a bit too slow there. That's going to hurt within those first few moments of the game here. As the Sturmpioneers moving out and begin to fire straight into the windows with full force, although they do suffer here to the M1 Garands. But here with the forwards battle group headquarters, who were sort of hold things out a bit closer to the front line. Though Basilone's harassment there was successful, cutting off the fuel and munitions for a bit of a while there, so of course you'll have to shift things back. Volksgrenadier Sturmpioneers into enforcement. Looks like he is getting a lightest Infanteriegeschütz. Very interesting there. Bit of a low infantry approach so far. I mean, rather opting to get a lot of resources initially out of the way through this. And now adding some light artillery very early into the game. I mean, the Oberkommando West can get it, but nonetheless it is somewhat expensive to get a light infantry gun this early. And the light infantry gun was very much a part of any German infantry division, not just Volksgrenadiers, part of the infantry battalion, and it was part of what the German infantry was actually centered around was the... Oh! Looks like you're setting up something here. A flak position, so meaning either gone Fortification or Luftwaffe. Sturm Panzer take up position. The rifle needs to pull it back there. They might take a few nasty hits. Looks like that was a bit of a failure there. He might have wanted to cancel it, but didn't quite succeed. Also noting Lieutenant up here, or Lieutenant. And noting he's following up with an M20 utility car. Getting very aggressive, and that's actually going to catch Longjojns here a bit off guard because he's got no anti-tank weapons. The closest he has is actually the light infantry gun, which can sort of shoot at vehicles, though it's not necessarily going to work that well in these quarters. And there we go, one shot away. And it actually ends up the building with the Sturm Pioneers in. They need to fall out of there. One more hit, and that's going to be good. It's not, and there we go, light infantry gun getting absolutely shredded there by the 50 caliber on the M20 utility car. Clearing them out rather lickety split. Rather solidly, even. Sturm Pioneers need to fall back. Rather a bit of a reversal here for FestiveLongjojns, although I mean he wasn't exactly doing strongly here. I mean he was sort of having a small chance, and now it looks like Reborn here, Basilone was able to basically kick him rather squarely in the stomach. And he needs to get an Arkenwehr for maybe a Panzer and overgo and an MG34, which again still leaves him either with Luftwaffe or Fortifications. Panzerschreck up then. And we're seeing Airborne here. Looks like the 9th Infantry is calling on the 101st Airborne to try and assist them here and pushing through. Taking up position here, down to a few men. Down to one man, in fact. Gets off of handshake, forcing back the M20 a bit there, but needs to pull over to the battle group headquarters. Pioneers holding up as well. And we do see Basilone conduct a very swift retreat as surviving in poor condition. Ambulance on the way to help heal them up as well. He's going to a bit off the field for the time being, except here for the re-echelon troops with their M1 carbines sneaking about securing points. And immediately here, taking advantage of the fact he's already got the command points and the resources to call in an airborne squad, and he called it straight into the square here of the town. A bit of a bummer. We could risk someone getting snacked on a roof. In this case, ends up straight in front of an MG34, and we see here the Volkers were able to re-equip the lightest Vandigerschütz, and this initial combat dropped straight into Kraut lines, rather ended out a bit bloodily. So while it was a nice attempt here of a coup de main, a bit of a surprise assault, it was a bit too bold. And instead he ended up taking a few unnecessary losses and rapidly retreating. Also looks like he was actually upgrading them with Thompson submachine guns also very early there by creating a very solid assault squad. Though personally I would have gone for the Browning light machine guns first off, since they are quite powerful those as well. Looks like he's able to cover the few point, but already here getting outflanked. Sturm Panzer MG34 turning around here. Can he stop this? There you go, caught from the MG34, forced retreat. Small unit here harassing, but caught by the M20, rapidly striking. Also, links already got armored skirts up. And there we go, the airborne are combat ready. Equipped with 3 Thompsons, leaving them with 3 carbines as well. A nice mix of their weaponry. They'll be able to roll if they get close to any unit, tear them apart, as if though they were made out of paper. But most of the infantry so far for Longjojns seemingly on the Pioneers. Apparently a Pioneer company has largely been dispatched with only little otherwise infantry sent in to support. I suppose we could just fully call it that. Shot there from the light infantry gun. Airborne and rifleman moving in, though he probably should be leading with the airborne. Oh, he actually engages with the airborne from sort of farther away rather than rifleman having up close. That was a bit the opposite way around. Quick grenade there, forced the airborne away. MG34 holding up things in the centre for the time being. And our Raketenwerfer up, knowing he probably needs something a bit more to help deal with that scout code. He's keeping it at bay. No further sign of taking up so far. Also known calls a grenade upgrade here, and we do see a smoke grenade there, forcing the M44 back. Infantry gun firing. Gets a decent kill there. Volker's moving up. Ooh, scout car charging straight through the smoke there. Nice smoke to cover up the assault, by the way. Volker's moving up here. Can they get off the shot? Apparently not. Dieter there seems a bit slow, if anything. Sturm punishing when they can actually hit. Watching of the retreat path, that can end up a bit bloodily there for Basilone. And the Panzerschreck for some reason did not fire there. But Raketenwerfer setting up here, might be able to get it. Also 9 kills already. 10 kills. A rather bloody massacre here. Numerous Volksguys went down. A lot of pressure there applied to FestiveLongjojns popping over to him, and he's in fact going for Fortifications, one of the new droppable commanders. Which starts off with Fortifications and MG34, and thereby all resemblance to Luftwaffe stops. He then gets field defences, which allows his troops to build, well, Volksguys most specifically S-mines and bunkers, and there's also Pack 43s available, and later on zeroing artillery, which I also think is the most expensive ability in the game in terms of munitions. Which in particular gets a bit weird since, you know, with the Oberkommando West, which has... Oh! Scheisse! One hell of a hit there. The riflemen for one brief moment decided to get all up close to each other, and the Wehrmacht struck them down here, showing that the power of friendship is nothing compared to the power of Krupp. Still rather low on infantry though. OKW holding up here. We're seeing he's rather dug in here. He's a bit worried, of course, about the pressure that Basilone is applying to him, although he was able to give Basilone quite the bloody nose right there, and probably a few other bloody things with that. We are seeing his Panzer headquarters going up a bit close to each other here though, but feels like he's probably setting things up further here to sort of cover up his battle group headquarters. And we know he's actually setting up a bunker here. Also note though, that unlike the Wehrmacht bunker, you can only upgrade this to a machine gun bunker. It would be kind of nice when you actually upgrade to a medic or command bunker as well, but I suppose that's too much to ask for. Still, it's basically a cheaper alternative to, say, getting a flak position up in some regards to sort of cut off a spot. Lieutenant here opening up, rifle nearby as well, and no upgrade so far otherwise on the troops. Another airborne squad, by the way, popping in. Apparently he's really relying on the 101st here. Rearson troops stopped by the MG34. Airborne doing what they can here. Already doing a nice chunk of damage with the M1 carbines. Looks, yes, there we go, they got the MG34. We do see some stuff here, holding up the rifle next, getting caught up in front of it. Then he calls quick power few grenades, and there we go, straight into the old building. MG34 opening there to be seized by the Americans, United States Army. And there we go, Browning light machine guns up to the airborne squad, really increasing their firepower. Do not underestimate the power of airborne with Brownings, that's for sure. MG bunker up here. Using being fired on retreat. Lieutenant cutting. Oh! And there go, the flak bunker reads itself. And also he's actually getting a looks Aufklärungspanzer. An interesting decision there by FestiveLongjojns. Not what I would have expected. And there we go. Nice hit there. On the retreating airborne. Gaining veterans one in the process. Opting up there for hollow charge rounds. And the other MG34 again. Oh, FestiveLongjojns might have pushed a bit too far there. Though rather seems like Basilone is a bit uninterested in actually securing them, which could be to his advantage. Oh, forced into the church here by the Sturmpioniere. How shall that go? And ooh, looks like the house here collapsed. Lieutenant will soon have to get out. There we go. Though at the same time, he might want to choose the other door and retreat that way rather than front of the Sturmpioniere. Though this time around, he looks to have successfully managed not to get horribly murdered in the process. Another Volksguy squad here to replace the lost infantry. He could have gone for an Obersoldaten unit though. So that is obviously, there we go. The looks like a counter tank managed to make its way from a nearby Panzer Division. Provide a bit of support here for the Volksgrenadiers holding up the line. Already 2 kills to its name, yeah. Fun fact about the looks, there was actually one model, only one though, that was actually had the same gun as the Puma and the same turret. So, little fun fact there. Captain up there. So we might be seeing some anti-tank guns, pack howitzers and other things. Again, no attempt at securing the MG34. In fact, he's destroying it. He's actually destroying it. Now that's an interesting decision right there by Basilone. I would not have expected that from him, but apparently he decides he doesn't need it. And he's actually wrecking it. Now that's a very interesting decision there. In fact, he actually succeeds. Not what I expected. I would have really figured he would have gone for it. Oh well, here we go. Airborne and going the Volksguys up close. Falls them away rather rapidly. Meanwhile here capturing up and do see some energy gems here from an anti-tank rifle grenade. Longjojns here marching a bit too close there, but can he escape? Can he escape with the infantry gun firing in support? And he does manage to force the captain to duck and hold down his fate for a bit longer, allowing the Looks to get away there. MG34 setting up as well. And there we go, the captain's head-on charge is ruined. Still, 9th Infantry's holding most of the map here. They are definitely forcing back their crowds. Stormpan unit holding up here, but they're going to be encountering an awful lot of firepower. There's no longer the Esther Scout cover, the 50 caliber, or M20, but also now the Airborne here with 2 30 caliber light machine guns. Infantry gun firing this Stormpan. They're almost getting wiped out. And there you go, quick set there by the MG34. The structures here in the church, cemetery and all that has been utterly ruined, by the way. Rifle securing there, utter pressure here, orbital down on the way. Airborne moving up here. Need to get closer though to really get the job done on the Volksgrenadiere. And there we go, the Lux saves the day. Albeit very barely. Meanwhile here, Airborne just tearing apart the Volksgrenadiere. There we go, grenade off. That actually did the trick rather seriously this time. The steel hand granate, the Airborne were too close, and that absolutely gutted the vast majority of them. And there we go. Orbital Dardan forced forwards. Some of the most hardened veterans of the Volksgrenadier Division. Probably from the Fusilier Abteilung. A company actually. Grenade here. He does need to be a bit more careful with his MG34. He does seem to have a slight tendency of sort of exposing a bit too much. Basilone sort of creeping up through things here, not a bad idea. Anti-tank gun moving up. Oh, it seemed to have taken a hit there from the Infanteriegeschütz. Shot seems to have rather hit something there, but not quite any actual Americans. But FestiveLongjojns, taking advantage of the fact that Basilone's basically moving everything up. He's quickly sitting towards the west. Good job then, Orbital moving up, and there we go, rifle forced away. The MG34 in the hands of the veteran. Sending those pesky riflemen running. Looks like he's attempting to clear up. Good use there with the anti-tank gun, but there's a little cover them from range. And the Orbital Guard immediately sets about forcing it back. Gutes Arbeit, Leute! Now rifle moving up here, but through the open. The Orbital here should have a chance of clearly doing some damage. They go veteran is in fact, but... grenade on the Kettenwerfer! But ultimately not quite enough. There goes Airborne moving up. He's going to move across through the open streets. He should have moved up through here rather than middle of the road. As it rather gave the Orbital Dardan best chance of sort of getting them horribly murdered in the open. He's still not repaired the Looks, by the way. That's a bit unfortunate. No sign of armor though. He might be slowly building up towards that. The resource going in ever so slowly, alternating at Basilone's got plenty. He would actually probably now go for a Major and then rapidly follow up with a Sherman right now, and if he sends switched over to high explosives, he could probably actually do a lot of damage to his opponent. I mean, right now he's definitely got the option. The question is, can Basilone realise he has the option and then seize upon it? And that is always another vital part of these things. See that FestiveLongjojns is pushing back on the right across the field here. And there you go, going up close in person here with a 50 cal machine gun versus the MG34 crew. Looks moving in and firing away there. Oh, anti-tank gun crew actually went down. Now it's time to deal here with the M20. Can he do it? Ooh, nice hits to the armor. Scout car sadly not that well armored to deal with the might of the Kampfwagenkanone. And there we go, out of control. Actually pushing him closer, Vetri too, which would definitely help FestiveLongjojns. And ultimately they'll also force him to shift everything over towards the right hand side instead of actually pushing up the centre, which is now actually a bit open, though we still got the MG30 or MG banger here. FestiveLongjojns slowly but surely stressing, and we're seeing a pack 43 going up here. Schwerer Panzer up their Kanone. Sending up. Ready to hold back the Amerikaner and any armor they might actually get. Not a bad idea. I mean, that's a good way of sort of using it and sort of getting a bit more out of it. And also be a bit better prepared for the second round. But there we go. Oh, he moved the Rakenwerfer a bit too forward there. Grenade going off as well. He could lose it. There we go. Veteran 2 for the Rakenwerfer in for the ground firing as well. Need to be careful there with the looks. And there we go. Nasty hit in anti-tank gun recruit. And Orbital here versus Airborne. Veteran 2 versus Veterans 1. MG34 versus 30 caliber. Oh, scheisse. That grenade pretty much took all the stuffing out of them. But running back here versus the ambulance, slowly pushing up that way. He's losing ground a bit more steadily now. The orbital down the nukes, allowing FestiveLongjojns to sort of push a bit more aggressively. Now with the Pack 43 up, he's definitely also going to put more aggressively down afoot versus any armor incursions that could be coming. But so far, no sign of it from Basilone. Oh, we do actually got the major now. Although now, of course, it might be simply too late.
Orders complete. Make ready to move.
Back to Basilone, though. Back to Basilone, who he's getting Jackson out first. Interesting move. I mean, he's not seen a lot of armor, and also only ought to have his opponent sort of cut off, so further heavy armor should not be an immediate worry. In fact, the Shem would probably sort of initially push better, or even an M8 Scott with his artillery fire. The Jackson initially might have less effect than he's actually hoping for.
Looks like we're going in.
Forces putting up here, Orbital down, running away. Desperately trying to hold up things there. The machine gun bunker slightly a bit too far away. He's not set up, say, an anti-aircraft gun right around here, maybe to sort of cover the square a bit better, which he could have done actually. Though now the Pack 43 does seem to have been revealed as well, which is going to keep Basilone from being towards here with any armor. Not without having pulled off a proper assault to knock it out. And an assault here, encountering some issues. And there goes using the anti-tanker to clear out the bunker. Also noting you could use take aim to get more line of sight and range on it. And maybe you can sort of be able to sort of snipe away at the, say, trucks actually from this range. Or at least somewhat closer to it. Looks moving up, though needs to be careful, pulling back the anti-tank gun. Ooh, looks like he might try to flank around here, that's a good job. Basilone's flanks are very weak, in fact. And the Jackson seems to be holding back, which again does spring in the question of maybe he should have gone something first before getting the Jackson. Obviously now making the push up, the flank Panzer flanked in. Oh, not Flak Panzer, but Aufklärungspanzer. Airborne with something is not finding the success, and there go another grenade versus the orbital down, almost taking out again. Jackson moving out, and there you go, takes shots at the looks. Not quite successful. Second shot though, really gets in. There you go, Bazooka finishes off. Infantry gun that fires back and seemingly kills someone. Rather close there though, that he was actually within range of the Pack 43 and could have been taking hits there.
Enemy forces now has 300 points remaining.
A third airborne, well, second squad. Looks like he lost one, actually, to the Crouch.
Enemies are swarming one of our emplacements.
A bit of a heavy loss then for Basilone. There we go, the lieutenant making a straight rush there for the Fultz Grenadiers, and there we go, quick pile number grenade. He's going to have to retreat those Fultz Grenadiers, they're not going to last much longer. No, by the way, son of upgrades. You could focus on upgrades his riflemen, and for that matter, the lieutenant with some BARs, so further fortify their strength. I imagine FestiveLongjojns might be aiming for a Panther next. Though, considering how the fight is currently going, a Sturm Tiger could also be a viable choice, I think. In particular, he might not be inside screw thanks to the Pack 43. Once more, an MG exchange here. Orbital done this time around, win this round. And the streets here are littered with dead Americans, not so much with Germans, although there's a bit of D-turn Heinz over here and there. Very close is eventually too for the infantry gun. And there go Massimo to start going out there to the other soldaten. He's upgrading another squad here with Thompson. He's very intent on having one for close quarters and one for longer range combat, but he doesn't really seem to make very good use of them up close, so I'd rather just beg the question, maybe you shouldn't just upgrade both of them without machine guns. And that way gun a lot more firepower in. Also done once more manage to hold things back. We go an MD-34 moving in to plug up that hole. Right, now there's a nice weakness here. I mean, if he sort of pulls off a proper assault hit, maybe using those 2 airborne squads, and then pops off, say, a timed explosive charge here on the Pack 43, he could crumble the entire fortification line here for FestiveLongjojns, sort of further knock him out of the fight, in fact. But so far, no sign of that. In fact, he's getting a pack howitzer. Also do note, it's actually time for the mid-game analysis. Current situation, damage-wise, they're very equal. Kill-wise, slight advantage so far to FestiveLongjojns, though nothing too massive at the moment. In terms of map control, there's a slight advantage to FestiveLongjojns. That's due to the victory point. At the moment, he's got a slight advantage there, in fact. And the way he's rather holding up, he's also sort of drawing in Basilone to sort of attack him head on, and Basilone so far is actually acquiescing him, which is rather to FestiveLongjojns' advantage, thanks to the infantry guns, the Obersoldaten, and all the MGs. Rather what I think Basilone Reborn, I mean, he's got a nice assault force, he's got to be a laterally support, is actually sort of leave a small force here to basically keep FestiveLongjojns contained, and then he should actually sort of sneak up here again and attack through here, make a direct rush for the anti-tank gun, clearing out with a demo charge, having his own howitzer to support him, blasting away the infantry that might move into support, keeping the anti-tank as well, and then when you knock that out, you can sort of clear out the rest as well at a much better pace. In fact, they can move up the armor, have their Jackson fire away here at the battle group headquarters, then the Schwerer Panzer headquarters. In fact, he'd be very open once that Pack 43 falls, but again, that does require that he does all of that, because right now it does seem like he's sort of more intent on a slightly more brutal head-on strategy, just basically charging up here through the central street, through the central square, taking that victory point and then trying to dig in, but overall it's not very effective. Partly due to distance, but also basically because Longjojns does have more weaponry supporting him, and overall his unit composition and his doctrine is in fact more suited towards that, whereas the doctrine that Basilone Reborn is used chosen. It's not really much of a blunt force head-on assault commander. It's more so, you know, you sneak in with the force we have and really sort of apply some good strikes here and there, but instead he's, you know, rather using it quite the opposite. More of a hammer rather than the sword, whereas the command he's chosen is much more of a sword rather than a hammer, so he should rather sort of try to find the weaknesses then and plunge it in and cut off vital parts of FestiveLongjojns, like say getting rid of that Pack 43 with a swift airborne assault, then following up with infantry to lock down and then push his way further forwards. For FestiveLongjojns, I mean, we are seeing sort of a bit of infantry, a bit of this and that, sort of decent mix there. He's got MD-34s covering approaches, he's got a Pack 43, he's got a Kennwerfer, he's got an infantry gun. He could easily do with a Panther or a Sturmtiger, either way, both would work for different reasons. The Sturmtiger for sort of really clearing out the infantry, Panther would still be good, but also better sort of putting hurt on Basilone's armour. Considering the commander is down, I mean, he could, I suppose, try setting up for pursuing artillery, or he could actually make use of the abilities actually now laying down S minefield to sort of cover up some of the different points, like say here and maybe around here. That would make any approach from Basilone Reborn, even a flanking one, a lot harder to actually pull off. So that could work out quite nicely. A bunker covering up things here could also maybe be something within his purview to consider. I mean, although he's got a reasonably strong position, he might also eventually consider setting up flak emplacement. Tank traps or trenches could also be a bit helpful. I mean, setting up the MD-34 here, for example, with a trench, which is available, would certainly make it a lot harder for him to be pushed out of here, and he wouldn't also have to worry about less sort of clearing out since the opponent doesn't have access to any fire. So, I mean, that could also be an idea here for FestiveLongjojns. I mean, he does have several options. Otherwise, you know, more pressure up here. Maybe, in fact, being supported by a Panther could sort of further push back Basilone if you consider sort of insisting on pushing through here. But back to Basilone, back to the fight. Lieutenant added again. By the way, Basilone could also consider upgrading some troops with BARs. The ground he's got a lot less because most of his infantry is in fact now airborne. Another grenade exchange here. But the Pak 43 equipped with the same gun as the King Tiger and the Elephant and the Yak Panther. By the way, little fun fact there. Not sure what he's firing at here. We do see the ambulance. Oh, quick cleared out here by small raid, and we do see Veteran 4 for these Fulton Grenadiers. Lieutenant firing away. He's lacking an out point of reinforcement. Needs to retreat the lieutenant. Captain moving in here up close with the submachine gun bazookas. And oh, heavy loss into the Sturmpioneers. Zurückfahren, Leute. Und you, Heinz, knock out that tank destroyer. But nine, no luck there. Quick counterattack there, follow up with the airborne as well. Sends the Volkers running back right on hot on the heels on the Sturmpioniere. At the same time, the smaller force moving in there. And we're seeing S-Mines going down. He's actually laying down S-Mine field as he takes the point with the MB-34 setting up further. That's definitely going to drain out an immediate counter. And there we go. We do see a small flank assault there, though the airborne are not quite hot on the heels there to sort of follow up and knock it out. We do see immediately orbital darting in. That grenade does go off on them. You could actually lay down a smoke screen. That might have worked. And where's the rest of the Infanterie? Mach schnell! Instead, rather, he sort of lingers about, giving the orbital dart in Veteran 4, by the way, which allows him to actually suppress enemy infantry. Another assault going up here, but he chooses the wrong approach. Actually, come under fire here from the Schwerer Panzer quarters, amongst other things. A bit of a botch assault there, because again, had he done it from here properly, with a bit more force, he could probably clear it all out and knock that. Instead, we now see instead he's actually losing the west-hand side as well, as we see him going off a very aggressive harassment strategy involving S-Mines and an MG-34. Some rather bolty stuff there, in fact, from FestiveLongjojns. Seems like he's a bit on the counter-attack, and there we go. More S-Mines going up, and we're noting no minesweepers, by the way, here for him, so it's going to be a bit probably off guard from that, since, you know, most players are probably still sort of used to fighting the fortification doctrine, thus aren't aware that with it the opponent can actually lay down S-Mines. And there you go, Panzerkampfwagen 5 has been dispatched. Same Panzer division that provides the looks, I imagine. And there we go, rushing straight into the S-Mines, the Sprengminen. Oh, and the lieutenant got murdered. A strong blow there to the 9th Infantry.
Our supply line's cut. Germans are making a push.
Basilone here scrambling as now FestiveLongjojns is attacking from several angles, drawing away attention from his own lines towards Basilone's lines. Making a good job there, relieving pressure. Gutes Arbeit, Dieter.
Looks like we're going in. Yeah.
I mean, good use of the pound sort of attack from unexpected angles, which very makes it much more difficult for Basilone and Born to actually stop it with his anti-tank gun, despite having access to both take aim and the fire armor-piercing rounds there. Oh, Sturmpioneer is close to getting wiped out. That was shicey close. Obviously moving up there, Volkers as well. Infantry gun firing in. Grenade going off, and there you go, airborne closing in on the orbital Dardan. Retreat there, the airborne seem to have blown themselves up with a grenade. Okay, about to lightning off there. Who shall win this? Orbital out in the open, they can't seem to suppress them actually, and they're down to one man. Makes it just around the corner there. Very close encounter there. A Sherman with high close round still would be considerable. Pushing a bit further here, moving through the area, the lieutenant cleared with his life. Still ends up setting off some more. Ponce really begins to tick down versus Basilone now, by the way. Over to Longjojns again. His force is getting ever larger, and looks like he's getting another Raketenwerfer. He seems very worried about enemy armor. I think he can sort of get away with what he has right now, but instead he could actually benefit from more infantry, say getting another orbital Dardan unit.
Send orders.
But there you go, Pentamartin machine and give it up for the Panther. And more air spines going up here. Making good use of that ability there. And now making it even harder to approach this victory point directly as well.
An anti-tank gun has taken the field.
We do see some minesweepers finally arriving here for the Americans.
Big defense position established. Squad numbers back at full.
by it. By Sylvester in the victory point. Right one is not really seeing a lot of action either.
MG42 mounted and ready.
Not sure what he's firing at here. Orbital Dart being slowly forced. Maybe he's trying to get that pack for the free opening up for an assault, though he doesn't really have much armor track to attack with. Jackson is a bit lacking there. This assault ordering going promptly with the Panther. No anti-tank support except a pair of bazookas. And the Panther can largely avoid that. Again, Wolf's moving in. Another assault here through the minefield, but still being stopped by the MG-34 infantry flanking up. But they could be caught up here by the MG-34 if it turns around. And there you go, Panther moves up. Fires away much closer. Oh! MG-34 got cleared out. And there you go, Jackson gets off an excellent hit on the Panther. Taking down to very little health. Another shot there with a 90mm gun could send it completely out of the war. Storm Panther counter-attacking through the snow there and catching the Americans out in the open. And there go Veteran 5, the Sturm Pioneers are elite. Ja, Leute, you are elite. Iron crosses for everyone. Captain Jones there and his airborne friends forced to fall back a bit. Seems like he's not guarding a second ambulance. Oh, there we go. Also note, by the way, by setting up a retreat point, he actually locks down the point there at Veteran 3, showing the opponent can't actually even take it. So that can actually be used to sort of secure a vital cut-off point, for example. Or for that matter, contestable point, so you know, oh, there's a victory point here, well, you know, I could lock it down with my major when everything else is going down. But again, only at Veteran 3, though. I don't think we're going to see those kind of tactics yet. I think, though, it is very much an option, so you know, there's really sort of a contested victory point in the centre. You take it and then sort of set him up at the edge of it and basically have him lock down the point, ensuring the opponent sort of has to attack into maybe, you know, environments that are more suitable to you, or advantageous. So a small bit of thought there. Counter-attack going in here, Volksgeist, Orbital Darden, and a Raketenwerfer. Airborne getting called out. Sadly, he doesn't get much damage with them. He sort of keeps trying to sort of fight with them at distance again. And there's submachine guns, not assault guns. Or assault rifles. And there you go, Veteran 5 for the Orbital number. They're getting shredded here by the Airborne. Taking up position in the building. A bit of risky maneuver. At the same time, it could very well work. Oh, down to 2 men already. There you go, quickly forced out there, but still, Veteran 5 Orbital Darden. 2 heroes of Germany. Iron crosses with those guys too. And there you go, Raketenwerfer for getting off a nice hit on the Jackson. Airborne moving up, Foster's going to pop down the open. Lots more artillery fire. Orbital Darden need to get, and they're actually getting suppressed as well, since Airborne with the Brownies can actually suppress enemy infantry out in the open. A little fun fact as well. Panther moving down into gun firing as always. What could he be planning next? Oh, he didn't even mind up this approach. He's really been aggressive here with the S-mines.
The enemy has cut our supply chain.
Which is definitely going to make any approach now by Basilone a very painful experience for his men. Orbital line getting reinforced. Should be getting reinforced anyways. And there you go. Direct approach here by the captain. Ends up in a lot of pain. Pack out is sadly not getting much done either. So right now a large part of Basilone's forces are a bit inactive. He's not entirely sure what to do yet. He still persists in sort of basically head-on assault. By now he's rather given up on the entire right flank here, which I think is rather the opposite of what he should have done, for at least for the time being. Oh, taking up position. I mean, it's not a bad idea, but note the cave's currently about as structurally sound as a cardboard house. Quick grenade here. Oh, that grenade failed to do anything. And there you go, the house collapsed just barely in the nick of time that they escaped. And he's also finally gotten some weapons up the right, even though it can't help but feel that's also a bit too late there. So right here, FestiveLongjojns continue to basically keep Basilone at arm's length. And there you go, the Veteran 5 Orbital Darden seemingly rushing in for a small counter-assault of their own. Oh, never mind. Panther's moving up support them. Looks like he's planning a bit of a quick strike with the dagger. There we go. You might want a bit more support, but let's see how it actually goes out. Orbs will take a bit of fine for the gun firing as well. Jackson taking heavy damage. Already getting suppressed though. Already getting suppressed. Force retreat once more. And there we go. Nice hits on the Panther. And a Storm Tiger is on the way to try and basically try and crack this open. Like a boiled egg. Any further firing. He could switch out to Incendium, being not so further increase damage in the airborne again. Basilone just keeps basically going for this point. To some extent ignoring this, leaving it open at least, and also ignoring this point over here. So to some extent that's also making things a lot easier, since that basically means that FestiveLongjojns could focus on much shorter points. Let's see what he does next. Captain there was able to turn things around here once more. Good for him. Sturmtiger soon bereit. Panther in serious need of repairs though. Level 25 Sturm Pioneer should be able to do the trick. Another S minefield here. That town is definitely seeing a lot of mining. And there you go, the Sturmtiger. Oh, Sturmmörserwagen! Ja, die Sturmmörserwagen. I mean, we do note here that certainly there's been a bit of different sort of efficiency what Basilone's actually getting out of them, so it's a bit surprising he keeps insisting on... I'm not saying they're a bad choice, but the ways he's using them does seem to be playing very much to the strengths compared to, say, the way he's placing his Brownies, and the Brownies are overall good. There you go again, there's Minefield, the airborne here once more getting blasted into tiny bits. And he's probably just seen the Sturmtiger right now, so that might cause Basilone to get a bit nervous and worried. I was about to try and mix them up together, nervous and worried. He was worried, whatever that means. There you go, the Sturmtiger. You know, Heinz, yeah? Isn't this really meant for only leveling buildings? Yeah. Then why we here? There's not exactly any American fortifications. No, not really, but we could always blow up some Americans without it. Yeah, but I don't think it's very good usage of it. I mean, the Sturmtiger really was essentially meant for blowing up buildings in one go, allowing sort of a attacker to quickly clear through urban environments, or say, clearing through a fortification line much easier.
Our supply lines have been cut. Americans are making a push.
Again a push here. He's very determined again. All of his tactics, all of his strategies now seem towards basically just trying to get that and retaking towards it. It's very much making things a lot easier for FestiveLongjojns to play around and also play against. Oh, there we go. The S-March just absolutely massacring the airborne. Houses collapsing. Sturm Pioneers opening up. Sturmtiger moving in, and that's a failure of an assault right there. And there you go, the Sturmtiger rolling forwards. Oh dear, there we go, the mate, everybody else gets away, they realise what's coming. And it's not Santa Claus. It's the Sturmtiger, and there we go, Captain Jones got wiped out in a very dramatic explosion. Everybody died horribly, and apparently some crewmen died as well. That was absolutely horrible right there for Basilone. We do know he's actually got a fighting position up there with the 50 caliber, which is making it a bit difficult to harass at this point. That's good. Talk about one hell of a punch. We're noting here a second jack snap. Still not a lot of armor. You see a bit of an issue with it. Some fears surrounding it. Points continue to tick down here. Back to Basilone.
capture
So
point.
Basilone here a bit short-handed. Apparently one tank crew was forced to fight as infantry. That was actually in fact very common for the Germans in particular as the war sort of progressed at times. But even happened sometimes occasionally in the earlier parts of the war that entire tank companies would be fighting as infantry. Little fun fact there in fact. Little fun fact.
Armor here.
But we can certainly see here that Basilone's getting increasingly defensive. He seems to be a bit unclear of more and more what to do about this. Oh, all of a sudden getting caught out in the open. We just see the Americans are firing away. Needs to be careful here. Getting suppressed here. 50 cal position does it. And there goes assault. Airborne going in. There we go. Just tearing apart the assault up close. And he's not retreating. 9! 2 heroes wasted right there by FestiveLongjojns. Foster's getting wiped out as well. Panther not being supported by the Storm Tiger. That could also be another great strike here. If you'd so fancied anyways, but that was a bit of a heavy loss there. Again, I'm very surprised he's not really gone for more armor than he has. Basically one Jackson at a time. That Pack 43 must really be scaring the snot out of him if he's really keeping so much from armor. And basically just resorting to single infantry assaults up through here, which continue to, well, not go very well even when he sends in the most elite airborne. And there goes the Storm Tiger, gets the airborne! No survivors! Another dramatic explosion, leaving ears ringing, are completely liquefied. Basilone needs to dramatically redraw his assault plans because these head-on assaults are not going the way he wants. Though they are very much going the way FestiveLongjojns wants, but that's generally the opposite of what you should be aiming for. But still, he's been able to execute a rather solid defensive, taking advantage of Basilone's weaknesses. Basilone sort of having initially had some very good assaults, but for some reason made a complete shift in his assault plans. Much to my surprise, and I imagine maybe also a bit there to FestiveLongjojns. Closing in a victory there for the infantry gun. False Grenadiers, Storm Pioneers leading the way there. Riflemen moving up. 2 PAs up there, that's good. Getting very close there with them, in fact, but getting suppressed. They're trying to clear out the point. They could actually just pop the smoke grenade, that would probably make things a lot bloody easier. Pack howitzer firing as well. Sadly, he's not really getting much actual hit there. Another airborne unit. You should get some light machine guns on them as humanly as possible. And there you go, making good use of the focus through the building, clearing out the fighting position with a puncher shake. And there you go, the Sturm Tiger making another approach. The Storm Pioneers acting as infantry support. Good job there. Oh! Oh, Scheisse! He blew up the fence and killed the Storm Pioneers instead. That's a bit of a problem. You have to be very careful about the arc of fire, by the way, or you will end up blowing up the fence. Otherwise, that could have been an absolutely magical shot right there. With body parts all over the place, instead of it out with bits of fence and Friedrich all over the place, which is considerably less magical. The victory points are going down here, round back, and there you go. 30 calibers up. Now the shield grenade. Oh, nasty hit there. There you go. Grenade going off in return. Fulton is pushed off very swiftly, and there you go. Another assault towards there. No, no, he moves away. He moves away from the victory point. He moves away. Ach, Scheisse. He managed to clear that, but he forgot about it. He forgot about it. He's too quick on the trigger finger. Oh, he could have had that one. Stop things here, but now, oh dear, game over. Game over, Amerikanen. And there we go. A victory for Germany. The 272nd Volksgrenadier Division held the assault even as the 101st Airborne were being pressured into taking over a larger part of it. So very sort of interesting fact, we got to see the new fortification structure in work, how it sort of actually saw most of the abilities of anything except zeroing, which is extremely costly. But there was really some nice pressuring there. We also saw Basilone initially really doing well, rather for some reason faltered, switched his strategy completely towards something that in fact utterly favoured FestiveLongjojns, but basically just, again, seizing up assaults here, rather than neglecting all of this, in fact, which probably he should have pushed harder on. At the very least, forcing FestiveLongjojns to build up some more sizable fortifications, which would made him weaker elsewhere, but instead he didn't, and this was still very weak, but barely anything happened there. So overall, I think that's likely sort of what can be described essentially as the flaw there. Basilone reborn, instead of using the doctrine and the forces he had at their strength, which would have been sort of smaller surgical strikes around here, for example, quickly undermining FestiveLongjojns' defense and sort of further pushing through, he instead resolved to use them as a blunt force and try to push through. And while the airborne are strong, at the same time, if met with strong enough defenses, they won't get very long. They are light infantry. Elite is there, they're still light infantry. And that was rather to the advantage of their FestiveLongjojns, who would then be able to sort of focus up more defense here. S-mines, machine guns, artillery, Sturmtigers, Panthers, you name it. I mean, the only thing that could have been easier was he had a flat gun up, which would have certainly further pasted any infantry that tried to approach. So it's something he could have considered. I mean, if Basilone really was to assault on this, he should have gone for another doctrine. He should have either gone for armor or infantry, since both offer better artillery options for blasting away through their packed houses, not really meant for sort of cracking open defences the way that FestiveLongjojns had them up. So that was a bit of a mistake there. Either of those would have done better. And turning the pack 43, while in the end didn't actually do that much, still served as a massive deterrent, and apparently also caused Basilone to rather go for what could have gone him quite well, a bit of armour there, so early Shermans, instead holding him back, and in fact causing him to only get a single Jackson here and there. Another thing that sort of rather ended up playing out to the advantage of FestiveLongjojns. So a lot of sort of good things there to keep in mind from the sort of way we saw FestiveLongjojns and Basilone playing. I mean, Festive make the best use of his commander. Basilone initially make good use, but rather faltered. He would also maybe use some Pathfinders to actually lay down some things here and there as well. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed this match, though. I hope you learned some things, got some ideas as well how to play. If you did want to subscribe, tell your friends, share it with everyone. If not, you know, send in a replay and provide some feedback in the comments. Also, feel free to follow me on Facebook or Twitter. Links are in the description. This is Imperial Dane saying cheers.